How is everybody doing today? Guess what time it is? It is spring summer fragrance time. So I am bringing to you a list that I had the utmost hardest time narrowing down. I got it down to 12 fragrances, so sorry, it's gonna be awkward. It's 12, it's not 10. Who cares? So you guys got more selections. And since it's one of my favorite seasons, I'm presenting you with a variety of different scent profiles to kind of help get you through the hotter seasons like spring and summer. So stick with me. I can't wait to actually go through some of the fragrances that I have here. I did my best to make it very diverse, very unique, and different from the other YouTubers that you guys watch. So keep it locked with me, when we come back, I'll show you my list of 12 fragrances that I'm choosing for spring and summer. See. Welcome back. This is the second time that I'm recording this video because the first time I recorded in slow motion. So that would have really been a long video. Anyways, my mistakes are my mistakes. It is what it is. But I'm very, very happy to bring you guys my 12 fragrances that I'm going to be rocking the most in this spring and summer season. One thing I do want to let you guys know, my list is not the end all be all. It's just what I have at my availability. I do have more behind me, like, you know, the typical ones that people talk about, but these fragrances that I've selected, I do love, and I can't wait to wear them, and I'm probably going to give it the most wear this season. So, you know, I want to actually start the topic of discussion during the video. So head on over to the comment section. Drop down a line. What are your spring and summer fragrances that you guys gravitate to? And in addition to that, bonus points if you guys point us to houses that are typically not talked about on YouTube. So let's get that conversation going while the video is going. And let's, I guess, start off. Let's start off with my first recommendation. So my first recommendation is coming from the house of Bottega Veneta. And this is Salvia Bleu. Salvia Bleu, one of my favorite summer fragrances. And the reason why I like this so much is because it carries on the type of DNA of an afternoon swim, a Bulgari Tiger, Sospiro Vibrato. But I feel like this weighs a little bit more heavily onto the fruity aspect. So you're gonna get something that's bright, fruity, aquatic, very juicy, very mouth-watering, very uplifting, bright. This is definitely a nice daytime fragrance. To me, I went to Fragrantica and I noticed that the ratings weren't the highest for this, and I personally don't know why. I love this stuff. Like, I really, really, really do love this stuff. You know, I highly recommend getting your nose on it. It's not really too expensive. You can find this on the gray market for about $200, maybe a tiny bit less. But highly, highly recommend this. I think, you know, if you have this in your collection, it'll be something you gravitate to as a daily wear, especially during the daytimes, because, you know, it's just super bright and super uplifting. Now, moving on, this house I'm going to recommend. I know a lot of people have their reservations on it, and their reservations are stemmed because of the other powerhouses that this product line offers. And it's coming from the first generation of the Spirit of Dubai. And this is Bahar. Now, Bahar to me is absolutely fantastic. It's so much more different than the powerhouses such as Oud, such as Majlis, which are just extremely room-filling, you know, deep, rich, yada, yada, yada. Bahar is different. Bahar is picturing yourself being on the balcony of, you know, a hotel in Dubai, right next to the sea, and the breeze is just coming in, filling your nostrils. It's filled with happy vibes. It's just beautiful, comforting, refreshing when it comes to the sea breeze, like on a hot day. This is just beautiful. It's very blankety in a sense that it's not going to be too uplifting with bright notes, but it's just one of those masterpiece-based fragrances that captures a gust of wind really, really beautifully. I think this is just absolutely, absolutely phenomenal. Bahar is one of my favorite summer bangers. Very similar to the type of vibe of a Megamare, but leaning a little bit better, like a little bit more positive, a little bit more lighter, and Aqua Sapphire, again, leaning a little bit more lighter. Now, I'm going to bring another one from the House of Dubai, sorry, from the Spirit of Dubai, and this one is Ajial. Ajial is a masterpiece. I think this one is fantastic. This one is newer. From the House of Spirit of Dubai. I do love this one, and I'm going to be wearing the hell out of this one. In my opinion, when I was test wearing this kind of gives me a little bit of a Burlington 1819 feel, mixed with a very, very late dry down of a hint of like Bal d'Afrique, where you get a little bit of that muskiness and it's just so good. If you go and take a look at the note breakdowns, you won't know exactly what it smells like because it has literally everything in the note breakdown. But this is just nice. It's a good mature citrus. I think it's very elegant, very nice for the night wear type of summer spring vibe. It's something that I think you can easily dress up and you can comfortably wear as a daily. And the cool thing is, I know a lot of people get intimidated with the House of Spirit of Dubai because, you know, you have Oud and you have Majlis, which range in the 500 to 600 Canadian dollar range. But these ones are super affordable, especially on the gray market. You can find them for about $220. Ajial, since it's brand new, you can find that for roughly about maybe $280. In my opinion, I think best bang for your buck. They are 50 mLs, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you got a lot of fragrances, you're not going to power through 50 mLs, right? So highly, highly recommend them. The quality and the longevity, in my opinion, are, you know, top notch. Give them a try if you guys get a chance. Awesome. We'll move on. We'll go on to a fragrance that I just recently got. I love it. I love it. It's really unique, and they have a fragrance that I really love from the same house that I just recently purchased as well, Patchouli Magnétique. But today, my recommendation is going to Hibiscus Mahajad. What a fragrance. What a fragrance. If you guys have smelt this, you guys will know what I'm talking about. It's very unique. It's very, I don't want to necessarily say polarizing, but if you're not used to a fragrance of this type of magnitude and scent profile, there could be a steep curve where you may not appreciate it for what it is. It lasts super long. It has the Maison Crevelli's, you know, signature type of DNA in the dry down, which has a little bit of a dirty type of patchouli type of scent to it. But the star of this fragrance is the super fruity, I don't want to say weird, but different smelling hibiscus that really sets it apart. It's just redonkulous. Not the most cheapest fragrance out there. However, I think the quality of this fragrance is absolutely fantastic. You're getting a wonderful longevity, in my opinion, for a spring summer day. If you're going to weddings, if you're going to parties, outdoor patios, rooftop patios, things like that, this is a fragrance that will set you apart from everybody else. This is phenomenal. Mark my words on this one. This one I highly, highly recommend. Get your nose on it though, because again, you never know. My taste might be different from yours, but it's definitely worth checking out. Go light on the sprays too, because it is a powerhouse. Moving on. Do I want to say this is my favorite? No, because that's very biased, but it's up there. It's up there. This is from one of my favorite houses, coming from Clive Christian, 1872. For men, because I am men. Yeah, I'm a cheeseball, man. God damn, this is remarkable stuff, guys. This is remarkable stuff. This is green. This is the essence of green. You're gonna get something bright, uplifting, sparkling, green, vetiver, spicy, aromatic. This is a gentleman's fragrance. This is just remarkable. Oh my gosh. It really gives you the utmost amount of confidence when you wear this fragrance. You feel clean. You feel gentlemanly. I just finished golfing 18 holes and I just shot one of the best rounds of my life. I'm going to spray this fragrance on to celebrate because I feel like the man. This is a type of fragrance that brings me to my wit's end, not my knees, get out of my head. Brings me to my wit's end because why aren't other fragrances like this? That's what this kind of does to me. So 1872 for men from Clive Christian is one of my top dogs of a fragrance. So get your nose on that one. Highly recommend. Beautiful green, aromatic. Now, coming from the house of LV, Louis Vuitton. One of my favorites is Pacific Chill. Pacific Chill is just remarkable. I'm a huge fan of fig. I think fig as a note, especially in the dry down, just is remarkable. It has a little bit of a green bitterness, but it still plays extremely well with a bunch of citruses that add this nice bitter green element to it, which welcomes the sweetness of the other citruses to kind of do its thing. It has a herbal facet and it has a fruity facet, which I think combines really well. And Pacific Chill to me is just one of those fragrances that I feel happy wearing. Now, fun story. Very briefly, my Shoppers Drug Mart has a Aqua de Parma fragrance called Figo di Amalfi. That's the one fragrance that I fell in love with when it came to fig. The only issue is it doesn't perform for F all, meaning zero performance, 1 hour on the skin, and it's like, hey, I like winter better, I'm going somewhere else, I'm effing off, right? That's kind of what that felt like. This one solves that. This one introduces the beautiful fig amazingly well, especially to what I like in a fig fragrance, and then it just has this beautiful calming effect. Very nice, very light, very just beautiful in my opinion. And I think the perfumer John, I think, Cavalier, please correct me if I'm wrong, please forgive me if I'm wrong, has done a fantastic job with the lineup that he's cultivated. Imagination to me is a close second as well. Love that fragrance. It has that tea vibe to it, but let's keep it to 12 fragrances. So Pacific Chill is something I highly recommend from LV. Definitely get your nose on it and give it a sniffity sniff. Now, before we move on to the heavy hitters, this is still kind of priced pretty high, in my opinion. But I do love this fragrance because it is, again, unique, and the direction that this house has taken since they've kind of introduced this perfumer, I really appreciate. And this is coming from the house of Thameen. And this is Fanfare. This is a very unique fragrance. This is a very unique fragrance. There's an element of tartness, there's an element of greenness, there's an element that is very unique. It has this aromatic, almost fougere-like type of vibe with it. Fougere meaning clean smelling, very manly, kind of lavender-esque type of freshness. This is just a very nice fragrance. It's something that I absolutely enjoy wearing. I think this summer this will definitely get a lot of wears for me because not only is it a little bit different than the rest of what I've showed you, it has a level of maturity, a level of elegance that if I need to dress something up and I need something a little bit more unique and a little bit more dominant, this is the fragrance that will do it. So get your nose on it. It may be one of those fragrances that you might like. It may be one of those fragrances that you might not like, but it's definitely unique. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the quality of 1872, but it doesn't have that vibrancy and that masterful vetiver in it. I think this one leans a little bit more towards the gentlemanly lavender type of clean shaven fragrance. Really, really, really awesome. All right, we got 2 more houses left with 5 fragrances. Yeah, I divvied this one up pretty well. So let's get into Fragrance du Bois. Solstis. Now, Solstis to me, I think, is really wonderful. It's a beautiful daytime scent. I think it's a beautiful citrus. It's very bright. It's very vibrant. It allows you to do a fragrance shift if you wear this fragrance early, meaning that it doesn't have this most strongest longevity, but when you have it on you, it is absolutely wonderful and singing. It's just a very beautiful, well-crafted, well-perfumed, well-blended fragrance that just offers such a wonderful wearing experience. It has youthfulness, it has joy, it has vibrancy, it has something that just kind of gets you addicted to it. It's just absolutely wonderful, and you can see with half the bottle, this has been used really, really a lot because it's just a very uplifting fragrance. So Solstis is something I highly, highly recommend, and the price is pretty damn good if you can find it in the gray market. So definitely take a look and see if you can get a sample and try it out. See how you like it. See how you respond to it. Next, moving on to Oud Bleu Intense. Now this one is a masterpiece, okay? Do not fear the oud. With Fragrance du Bois, do not fear the oud. Oud is there as a backdrop note. It's not the primary note of the fragrance. In fact, all the shades lines, the fragrances are perfumed with the other onset of ingredients to blend before utilizing oud. And the oud is used in smaller amounts, but it allows the fragrance to sit well, and it allows the fragrance to retain its effectiveness throughout the day because it's used as a canvas. Oud Bleu Intense is not a blue fragrance by nature. It's a beautiful amber, very soft spoken, and the times that I'd wear this would be closer towards spring as opposed to the intense heat, because when the wind catches a hold of this fragrance, there's an element of mastery that just gets caught up in the wind. It's just absolutely stunning. There's, again, notes of warm spices, amber. It's really, really elegant. I think it's very mature. It's very wispy. It's something that when it catches the air, there's a level of delicate beauty that just gets, I don't know, it just surrounds you. It's one of those fragrances, in my opinion, that it is a little bit more mature. It's definitely something that I would dress up. But it's easy to wear in a sense, but it's just one of those fragrances that there's levels to the game. It really reminds you that there's levels to the game. It's so unique. There's almost like a light rum type of feel to it on the backdrop of the oud and the amber. It's ridiculously good. Unique is what I'm saying with this one. This one, you have to smell it to understand it. The note breakdown just won't give you anything out of it, to be honest with you. This is one that once you get your nose on it, it's just like, oh, this is different. This is great. Wonderful house. Again, I love Fragrance du Bois a lot. All of these bottles are my own purchase, you know, with my own money. So, you know, it is what it is, but I do love this house with all my heart. It's, and this fragrance that I'm actually going to mention now is the reason why. Oud Vert Intense. Oud Vert Intense. I love green fragrances, if you guys haven't noticed by now. Green fragrances are my favorite thing. There's a lot of fragrances which didn't make the cut because of redundancy, like Hermes H24 EDP and Herbs Vibes. One of my favorites, you know, Boadicea, Vetiver Imperial. Regardless, digress. Oud Vert Intense, again, capitalizes on the light oud that Fragrance du Bois is known for, but it has this stunning green aspect to it that is just magnificent. My goodness. My biggest regret is that I have this in a 50 ml. I do go seldom on this because I'm afraid of like using it all. But this is just remarkable. This is so good. A lot of people don't talk about this fragrance for some reason. But this is just wondrous. It's green. It has this beautiful, I feel almost like a powdery element to it, spicy element to it, aromatic feel and vibe to it. It's very nice. It's very comforting. It's very encompassing. Where Oud Bleu Intense has this beautiful airiness and vibe to it. I feel like Oud Vert Intense stays close to you, and you want it to stay close to you because you feel like you want to hog the scent all to yourself. It's just absolutely stunning. If you're able to get your nose on a sample of this, please, if there's anything out of this video, please, this is the one that I encourage you guys to get your nose on and try. Don't blind buy it because it's expensive as anything, but one of my favorites. I think if you were to ask me what my top 10, what my top 5 in my collection would be, Oud Vert Intense would be in my top 5 of my whole collection. So yeah. Moving on. Now, if you're a fan of EQ, Equality fragrance reviews, he's on the point with this one. This one is a stunning. And I hate gatekeeping. I don't want to gatekeep, but I wish I could gatekeep this, but whatever. It's already out there. This is a stunning fragrance for summer and spring, for almost all seasons. This is from the House of Boadicea, and this is Faith, aka Emaan, depending on where you get it. This is a Pakistan exclusive, but it is available. Boadicea does sell it on their website. Is it an arm and a leg? Yes. Will it cost you an arm and a leg? Probably double. It is what it is. But the quality that you get from this fragrance is, bar none, probably one of the best, most easiest wearing fragrances that you could potentially have in your collection. My goodness. It reminds me of Aqua Sapphire mixed with Ganymede. This is so good that it makes Marc-Antoine Barrios's Ganymede feel screechy, feels like a dupe. That's messed up because Ganymede is really good, like really good. Yeah. The thing is, this is very nice, very aquatic. This is a compliment magnet. Again, you're looking at a less metallic Ganymede mixed in with a Aqua Sapphire that kind of has a little tiny bit of a dark take to it. Aqua Sapphire, if you haven't smelled, is very similar to Megamari from Ortho Parisi with the algae type of note. This is sort of like that. It's a compliment magnet. You put a couple sprays on with this, people that walk past you are going to turn and look at you and be like, yo, I haven't smelled that before. What the hell are you wearing? I'm not leaving your side until you tell me what fragrance you're wearing. That's really how good Faith is. Stunning, stunning. And last but not least, as previously mentioned, from the House of Boadicea comes Aqua Sapphire. Just a beautiful fragrance. The thing with this fragrance is, yes, it is very similar to Mega Mare from Ortho Parisi. The only thing is, and I'm not trying to knock on Ortho Parisi, because I do love that fragrance as well. The only difference is there's so much synthetics in the opening that you have to get through with Mega Mare. To me, it's not my type of vibe. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's a lovely fragrance. But when you're talking about Aqua Sapphire, you're getting rid of all the synthetics. You're getting such a natural, beautiful smelling aquatic that leans on a darker type of twist, but has different journeys throughout the day. The wearing, you know, you start off with this beautiful aquatic, it moves down to a little bit of a dark aquatic. There's this beautiful rose that's lurking in the background that you don't get until a late dry down, and when it appears, it's just, whoa, where did you come from? Am I wearing another fragrance? Is this a different fragrance? That's how it feels. That's pretty sick when you're talking about perfumery, right? It's a beautiful aquatic. It's stupid expensive, yes, 100%. But when you're talking about a fragrance that takes you on a journey through different stages, that's kind of what you pay for. The quality is what you pay for. The love of the artistry is what you pay for. The bottle is just stunning. And the cool thing about it is it lasts a very, very long time. So very happy that I have this in my collection. I'm very fortunate to have this in my collection. I'm very fortunate to have every single thing that I've showed you today in my collection. It's, you know, it's a blessing. It's also a curse because you can't really wear all of them at once. You kind of gotta plan out your day, but it is what it is, right? At the end of the day, you guys, you know, I hope I have the ability to grow the channel to a level where I can and still bring you honest and quality content, regardless of if I get gifted bottles or not. But you know, I really wanted to diversify this list and give you guys something that a lot of people don't talk about, right? That's what this art is for, this passion is for, this hobby is for. If I come in here and I keep talking about Sospiro this and Tigar this, you guys already know it. You guys already got your feedback. You already know how good they are. They're great. Aventus this. You know how good it is. But do you guys know about these fragrances? If you do, again, drop something in the comments, like the video, share the video, right? Subscribe, please. A lot of you guys watch my video, you're not subscribed. It helps me grow, please. You know, I'd appreciate it. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about the list. Let me know also if you've tried any of these fragrances and which ones you would recommend. Awesome. I want to say thank you guys so much for joining me. Please, please, please wear the things that you have. Be responsible with what you buy. You don't need to have everything, right? Have the things that you love. Cool? Thank you guys, and can't wait to hear from you. Peace out. Till the next one. Have a great one. Enjoy your summer and spring. Bye.